guys, I got a lot of questions in the comments how you can easily apply the classic application, how you can work with thickness, how you can work with styles and the curves. Now, I'm going to explain you just a little bit about the thickness, curves and the styles. I'm going to give you just 2 styles that you can see almost all the times. I don't want to implement in your head too many styles because then you're gonna be so confused. So I'm going to explain you exactly the way I did when I started. Now, there are 2 types of styles that you can see them the most. One is open eye, which is the most easier mapping that you can do, and then the cat one, which your transition will be more into outside. That means it's a cat eye. So let's go back to the thickness. You will see something like 0.18, 0.15 and 0.10. Now I know 0.10 is not made for classic, but I'm going to give you my advice. For me, using the 0.10 on super thin and super soft lashes, that will be absolutely perfect because you're not going to damage the natural lashes. So just think about something. Using the 0.15 or 0.18 or those kind of lashes that they are super thin, you will damage the natural lashes and we don't want that. I know it's going to be a little bit harder for you to pick only one extension of 0.10 because they are thinner, it's hard to see them. But like I said, you want to save the natural lashes and you want to give your clients a healthy set. So 0.18, it's the thicker extension that you can see for classic. Now I know there are 0.20, 0.25. They are not my favorites. I never work with them because they are way too thick for me. So my favorite is 0.18 for classic, 0.15 same for classic, and here it's super fine and thin lashes. Like I said, all 3 curves you can apply for classic application. My favorite one is 0.15 for classic application. But like I said, I have so many clients that I also use 0.10. Now talking about volume, you want to go a little less on the thickness, like 0.7, 0.5, 0.32. Those are more into the volume. I will do another video about those thickness too. Now, let's talk about curls. You will see something like B, C, D, and L, right? Now, B is the most natural and the most straight curl that you can see. Now, going to the C is the most natural but just a little bit more curl than B. D, you will see the most curl, and then L is super straight and curl, exactly like L. So now let me do a demo. So let's say this is your natural lash and then you will apply a B. It will go exactly on the natural lash and you will lay exactly on top. Do you see my connection? Perfect and straight. Now let's say we have C. It's going to be a little bit more curl than B, but same, I have a beautiful connection, correct? Now, talking about D, it will be a little more curl, but still I do have connection, and then L is exactly like L, straight and up. Now, using this curl is going to be a little bit harder. I think I've used this like twice, if I'm not wrong, because it's not my favorite curl. It's very hard to work with just because your natural lashes are super straight. They recommend, a lot of people recommend this on super straight lashes. So think about something. You have a straight lash and then you're gonna apply an L and straight up. If you look from the sides, they will be like straight down your natural lashes and then the curl up. I know it will look very nice once you're looking from the top, but once you see from the bottom, you will see the natural lash right underneath the extension. So for me, to be honest, I love to work with B for those kind of people, like super straight. Just think about how nice you can lay the extension on top, right? Now, my favorite, and I think all my lashes and all my clients are C. This is my favorite curl, very easy to work, is not straight, is not curl, is just perfect, natural and beautiful set that you can see. I will put some pictures so you can see the difference. Now, You should be familiar with the thickness, you should be familiar with the curls right now. Talking about the styles, I want to explain you just two of them today. Open eye and a cat eye. Open eye, it will be more into the middle. Your focus has to be right in the middle, so you can basically open their eyes, correct? Now, cat eye is more towards the outer corner, so you can see that beautiful transition, like, you know, super short, long, and all the way to the outer corner longer. So you can see that beautiful cat. I will put a picture with both of them, with an open eye and a cat eye, so you can see the difference. Now, when we are talking about open eye, your focus has to be in the middle, so my mapping will be super easy. I draw a line right where her lashes start, right where they finished, and then I'll find the middle focus where her pupil is. So let's say here is my middle focus, correct? Now those two sections, I'm gonna split them again in two, 1 and 1, and then from here I'm going again and split them in two, and then I found my middle focus. Now, how I'm going to measure the natural lash to see how long is her natural lash and how long we can go on the length. So for example, you can pick one extension and go very close to her natural lash in the middle. So you can measure how long is her natural lash. So let's say in my case, my client is 11. If she's 11, you can easily go 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters more than her natural lash. I wouldn't suggest to go more than 2 because you will damage the natural lashes. I know sometimes I see, you know, clients that they have, like, let's say 10 on their natural lashes and the extensions are 16, 17. That's way too long for the natural lashes. In a week, in 2, in a month, the natural lashes will become super weak and super tiny and thin. You don't really want to see that. So in this case, you want to use something to kind of protect and make their set healthy. So talking about my client in the middle, she's 11. So in my case, I want to keep the same length. Let's say 11 and 11. Now from here, I have to go down by numbers just to create that beautiful open, because my longest length is only in the middle. So I will go a few tens, a few tens, a few nines, a few nines. I'll split again, a few eights and a few eights. I'll split a little more, 7 and 7. Now, in the inner corner, you always want to start super short, because imagine something, when they're open their eyes, they kind of bother them on their nose, so you don't want that. So in this case, you can start as short as you can, like 6, 7, 8, but I suggest to not go more than 8, because the natural lashes, like I said, the extensions will bother them in the inner corner. So you can go very short, go all the way up, and then come back all the way down. So this is your open eye. Open eye, I remember when I started, this was my favorite style, because it was very easy for me to create this. It's very easy, mapping is very simple, so you will not go wrong with this style on, I will say, absolutely anybody. Now, talking about the cat one, remember, you have to go with a lot of lengths, a lot of numbers, super short, and then go all the way up, and then a few of them short. Now, on the open eye, your focus was in the middle. Now your focus will be outside, correct? So here is my focus on a cat one. Now we have to play by numbers to understand, you know, that beautiful transition. Now let's say how you can measure the natural lash on the cat one. For me, it's very easy and is a nice trick. You can see where my arch, my brow arch is, and that point, it will be my longest length. From there, you can go just a few numbers short to not create that super, you know, like cut eye, because you don't want to do that. You want to basically lift them more up so you don't see them super set, right? If you do like super long, that means you will draw their eyes super down. So you don't want that. You want to lift them all the way up. So in this case, I'll go by numbers: 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's say my outer corner will be 13, and then just a few of 12s, 11 and 10s to create that beautiful cat effect. So Those are two of the styles I'm going to post. I'm going to put a picture with an open eye and a cat one just to see the difference between both of them. But like I said, open eye, you will not go wrong on absolutely anybody, just because it's very easy to create and very easy to do the map. Cat one, same, you have to work and you have to play with a lot of numbers. Now, because you understood all the thickness, the curls and the styles, I'm going to do a demo on the mannequin, so you will basically understand a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to show you exactly how I apply the pads, how I'm going to do the map, and how I do the application of class. So first thing first, I'm going to sanitize my hands, and then I'm going to apply the pads. This is the microfoam tape. This is my favorite, very easy, very flexible and very easy to work with. So now I normally start right from the inner corner and go all the way to the waterline. Now I'm going to use those strip lashes. Okay, you don't really have to care too much of those strip lashes and think about something and keep something in mind. It's very hard to apply on those synthetic lashes. Natural lashes are way better than this. Now we'll do the same with the second eye. From the inner corner, tape this first and then kind of play all the way outside. Now I'm going to apply the strip lashes, and I like to apply this right on top of the foam. Now I'm going to do the map. So let's play with an open eye for this client. So like I said earlier, we're gonna map the inner corner and the outer corner. And then we'll find where her middle pupil and where her pupil is. So that will be your middle. Now from here, we're gonna split them again in two sections and then one more time in two. And we kind of found the middle focus. Split them in two and one more time in two, and then from here, remember I said earlier, we're gonna find the middle, how long is her natural lash. Now I'm going to use my lashes, the limit lashes, 0.15, and I'm going to use the glue from London Lash. I already shake the glue for about at least a minute, and then I'll put one drop. Now let's measure her natural lash. So I'm going to pick one, let's say 12, and I'm going to go very close to the lash. Okay, so let's say her natural lashes are 12. I can easily go by 13. So 13 is my middle, and then from here I'll play with the numbers. 12, few 11s, a few 11s, a few 10s, a few 9s, and maybe a few 8s. 10, 9, 8. Very easy. Now 13 is my middle. We'll go down by 12, 12, few 11s, a few 10s, a few 9s, a few 11s, a few 10s, a few 9s, a few 8s. Now here is my isolation tweezer and here is my picking tweezer, correct? So in this case you have to be very careful how you isolate and how you position your hands. This is very important. Your hand, this is the easy way for me. My hand is all the way open to her forehead. So that will give me very easy movement, right? And then you go close and open. Now you stay there, your hand has to be relaxed while you go in the other side and pick the lashes. So for example, I'll pick one lash. This is 0.15. I'll go in the glue, wipe the glue. You don't even see the glue on my extension. And now you have to have the same direction as her natural lash. So when I say that, that means your angle on your hand has to be exactly the same as her natural lash. So for example, let's say her natural lashes are going towards the right. When you come with your extension, you have to have the same angle, either right, either left, either up or either down. So let's say I'll pick the 12, I'll go into the glue and then the same direction, not up, not down, exactly as her natural lash. Hold, hold, and then let the pressure go. Now 1 millimeter away from the base. This is very important. You don't touch the skin, but you don't go way too far, because think about something. In 3 weeks, they will be 2 weeks, they will be way too longer. So my direction is exactly as her natural lash. Base, kind of middle, hit the base first, go into the middle and let them connect up. Your pressure on your hand has to be very, very relaxed. Open, open, stay there, and now base, base first, connect, hold, hold, and then release the pressure and open your tweezer. Let's do one more time. Go into the glue, wipe the glue, and then same direction. Open, hit the base, go into the middle and let them flow all the way up to the natural lash. So when you seed your base, they have to be all in the same direction, the same symmetric. If not, at the end, once you finish, they will be one down, one up, one down, so you don't want to see that. Okay, all the way to the base, hold, 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 and open your tweezer. Open all the way, and then base, base, hold, hold, and open the pressure, the outer corner. Pick 1/9, base, base, move your angle, you see? Move your angle, and you will fit them exactly on the base. Hold, hold, and open your pressure. Okay, same direction, base, hold, hold, and open your pressure. Okay guys, like I said, it's very important how you position your hands and how your pressure on your hands is. So for example, let's talk about isolation first. So like I said earlier, I like to open my whole hand, my whole palm, and just support on her forehead. So when I isolate, I open and I stay relaxed right there, because while I work in here, if you don't have the good pressure, if your hand is tight, you're gonna do this. And you don't know, you can control the tweezer, okay? Now when you are working on this side, same, you really have to have a good pressure and then relax your hand so you can easily separate and stay there. Now because my hand is very relaxed, I can easily play with my extension. So when I come, right, my application is right on top. Now how I keep the pressure on this hand? This angle, my angle is straight. You pick the lash, you come up, right? Don't curve and don't pull. Just lift them slowly. Go into the glue and wipe. You barely see the glue. You can't even see the glue. But if you go way too quick and you pick them up, you will see the bubbles of the glue. So we don't want to see that. Same, your pressure has to be tight. You lift the lash, your pressure is tight, so you're not gonna lose the lash. You go into the glue, you come and you apply. Now how you position your hand, how you gonna support your hand? You basically put your hand right either on the bed or either on their face, cheeks or nose or whatever you work. For me, I found it very easy supporting my hand right on their nose, right in the middle of the forehead. Right here. Now another trick that is very, very helpful, always help with your second tweezer. You have the isolation and you have this hand just waiting in there, so you can just do this. You can isolate with your second tweezer, so just to give you, a little bit more push on the time. Now, of course, natural lashes are way harder than those. Those are nice and straight. But natural lashes are, curl, like different directions, angle is not the same, and things like that. Okay, guys, if you love this video, don't go anywhere, just because in the next video you will see everything about thickness and more on the styles.